Okay, I don't know what happened. It said my live. This is Miss Shirley OG Gardner, Cleveland, Ohio, Zone 6B. Uh, I don't know what happened. It just said my live just shut down unexpectedly. Okay, so if you can hear me and see me, can you put a one in the chat? Because I've been talking all this time thinking I've gone live and I wasn't, and I just found out that I wasn't. So if you can hear me and see me, put a one in the chat, please. I would appreciate it to let folks know that I'm here, been here, been running my mouth thinking that everybody heard me, and no, you haven't. So if you can hear me and see me, put a one in the chat. Okay, I see. All right, there you go. Hey, Mike. Hey, GT. Thank you so much. Hey, my Renaissance grandma. Yeah. Restream been messing with me, so yeah. I'm thinking I was live and talking, and y'all ain't heard Jack. So I don't know how much y'all heard and how much you didn't. So this is crazy. And this time I wasn't doing anything I was supposed to. Re- Restream sent me a message that it shut down unexpectedly. I don't know what that means. Okay. I haven't done anything different. I've hit the right buttons like I normally do. So that's a little crazy. Okay. Hey, G Mama grows hard in the garden. Thank you. And for the ones who didn't hear me earlier, um, Psalms 146 and Mike, y'all had came in earlier in the stream. So if you're catching this again, for all you ones who are watching the replay, thank you and hit that like button and show me that you like me just a little bit, and that way you'll be notified of any new videos I may upload. Also, I was asking people drop your temperature, what your temperature is. Right now here in Cleveland, Ohio, it's 83, mostly sunny. It's pretty nice outside. And it started off chilly though. It started off like 57 degrees this morning. It was cold. And then it warmed all the way up to 83. Yeah. We saw, just waiting. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. Yeah. There's sometimes, restream or whatever the internet, it does what it wants when it wants to without prior notification. And sometimes you can feel like an idiot thinking that you got it all together and oh, you don't. So hey, I'm glad that you guys stick with me. I greatly appreciate that, and that warms my heart. Girl, Dad, cooking up deliciousness. Thank you for stopping in. Been loving your videos. Every time I watch them, you make me hungry. I have to go in there and cook something after. Thanks, Cheryl. I see you tried to call, but I had my phone shut down. So thank you very much. I appreciate you looking out for me. I do, I do, I do. And I just want to let you guys know I appreciate you guys every time that you come to my lives every week. And if I'm in somebody else's live and we have a short or sweet conversation, Cora know what the subject is in somebody else's life. I appreciate that you acknowledge me. So thank you so much. I really do. GT said it's 57 degrees. Okay, in Alaska. That's what I woke up to this morning. GT 57, and the weather gradually warmed up. The Garden Hoe channel. Where you been? I've been missing you. I know I hadn't seen you that much. Glad to see you in the chat tonight. TLC, did I say hi to you, sweetie? Yes, yes, yes. Cheryl said it's 88 there. Okay. All right. Oh, you welcome, girl, Dad. You know when you get to cooking up them steaks and mixing all them vegetables and stuff, when I be in the kitchen, I be in there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's I need to video some of this stuff. So I was like, I ain't got time to set cameras up. I'll be all day. I done burnt up my food. The garden hose says 71 degrees there. Okay, so you're a little cooler. Yeah. I'm just waiting for some rain now. G Mama says it's 82 here, dropping to 69 tonight. Yeah, that's pretty much here too. Girl, that's at 103. Oh, baby, you shake and bake. Oh, Riri. Oh, that wasn't Riri. I need to clean my glass. This is Mike. Mike says it's 87. Okay. Yeah. 87. You warmer than we are, Mike. What's up with that? That's crazy. How the cold states is warmer than the warm states and this and that and the third. It's just crazy. Okay. Yeah. I need to clean my glasses. I can't even see names. Anytime I see Riri and it says Mike, mm-mm. No, that ain't right. And G Mama, I haven't forgotten your challenge, sweetie. I actually had my arrow garden pulled out. I'm finna clean it out and I'm finna measure out some of the, all the different fertilizers that came with the kit. And then I'm gonna know what I'm gonna drop. Yes. Mike said index 100. Whoo, that's shaking bait for real. Everybody saying hello to one another. Hey. It's so nice to see everybody chat and acknowledge one another. Let them know that, yep, you here. We see you. You all right. Uh, oh, Mike. Mike, I bet you're absolutely handsome. Yes. I enjoy watching your video with your that fig tree. That's freaking amazing, Mike. How big that free fig tree has gotten and it's growing figs in the arrow garden. Hey, G Quad, you ain't taking a nap? Hey, sis, napping and left a message for you. Okay, on somebody else's channel. Have to remove it. Oh my gosh. Now that's funny, G Quad. That's funny. That's okay. GT made me buy a new to me radish, sweet like fruit. Oh, for real? Okay. All right. I now what I would like to see is somebody try to grow one of them big, what they call it, Darkon radishes. I seen them on who was growing them huge thing. Think of a name right now. She pulled out a radish and this bad boy was this big. I said, "What you gonna do with all that radish?" I was like, "It got to be good for you to grow something that big." G Mom said, "I gotta upload the rest of my melon. I done ate it and everything." Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what it's for. If you gonna grow fruit, you supposed to eat it. Skilly, what's up? Been missing you. I had to go over to Gina's channel to see you. I know you be busy. Just messing with you. Nice to see you, Skilly. Thank you, Tactical. Yes. Oh, everybody saying hello. LGGG. Love. How are you? Yeah, that's what I've been missing is um Texas Lala. I haven't warmed in a while. Yeah, Skilly come into my What's Up fam. We all here saying hey. Thank you for stopping in, taking time out your day to come my way. All right, now loading up in here. I was trying to catch those. I got okay. I caught that. I was trying to see. It was a message that I missed. I was trying to catch. Did you see Mike's garlic? Yes, I did. Yeah, everybody saying hi to Skilly. Tactical. Okay. Um, it's just nice that everybody has something that they're proud of, and they're doing videos and they're doing them. Um, my neighbor came over and helped me. I call him my nephew, and I was trying to clean out another area of weeds, and it's nice. I'm gonna put a before and after setup on there, and I'm trying to do since I can't dig leg with a shovel to move stuff around. I do what I can. I have to sit doing everything. I can't stand and I can't bend too long. So I've been doing little stuff by little. If I see one of the guys walking down the street, I'd be like, I call them, I know his name, and they say, "What you need?" And they come over and they do little odds and ends. They don't stay long because they're on their way to do something, but they've been helping me out and I've been getting so much done. Till next year, oh, I'm gonna be booming. I got chicken wire, I got staple gun. I'm finna get funky up in my garden. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, what you tell back? Yes, I was trying to read something. Okay, so I'm really looking forward to it. But the question for tonight is, Do you know how to do research on anything that you don't know? A lot of people figure that they ask a gazillion questions in the chat to the point where we actually have to tell them, do your own research. What might work for you might not work for me. And then you try out more than one source. Don't go in and say, I'm going to Google everything, because Google do not know everything and they will give you some wrong information. We do have a lot of seasoned gardeners in our garden community, and they do give excellent advice. And certain channels are a little more specific in giving answers on certain things like herbs. Some people do fruit trees, some people specify in certain veggies and stuff. And you can always listen and take notes and then take that information and compare it to someone. I got a library. Literally have my own library of that I have collected over the years, and some has been given to me as gifts. And I'm able to take these books and go in and find certain information. And even when I look in other books, I'm finding the information the same even over the years. It hasn't changed that much as far as growing. It's different techniques that you could use, just like some of you guys do um, hydroponics. Some people do regenerative. Wayne, I think he does aquaponics, where he actually have bluegill fish and his plants feed off of that. We have people that cracky method. We have people that raise beds in ground, in pots. It's just so many different ways to garden. And if you don't know the answer, it's a gazillion and one channels out here that you can watch and compare notes. So this big building that gives you a card that you can go in there and check out anything you want, whether it's a video or whether it's a CD or whether it's a book, actually. It's called a library, where you can go in there and do as much research as you want. All right. Some of us have learned over the years from experience, personal experience. And like I said, what might not work for you, but that doesn't mean that you don't try it just because, and sometimes it works out for you. And then sometimes as you become a little more seasoned, you learn to tweak and find out whether or not it works for you or not. For instance, I want to show you this book. My neighbor just gave this to me. He stays upstairs and he is a historian and he has his own bookstore. He said he saw this book sitting on the shelf collecting dust because he sells rare books, not just everyday books, but rare copies of first editions and certain stuff. So he said, when I saw this sitting on the shelf collecting dust, he said, I know you would love this. And I asked, do I owe him anything? He says, no. He says, I know you would like it and that you would put it to good use. Let me show you this book, y'all. Look at this book. Reader's Digest Complete Book of the Garden. Do you know how old this book is? Yes. It won the Nobel Peace winner for literature. See how thick this book is? And I have thumbed through it. And it has a lot of good information in it that has not become outdated. I love it. And I was like, what I owe you? He said, nothing. This is how I get books. People, when they find out that you garden, they will go give you books or magazines or some kind of little laminated cards about gardening in some way that they don't get into it, but they know that you would appreciate it and they know that you would put it to good use. Not just that book. I saved a bookmarker that when I went to Alaska and the shop and they had the eagles and it's got this is my bookmarker. Yeah, and it's got like the 3D eagles. So then I pulled out some more books. Eh, don't grow old. I don't recommend it. Don't tear up the house trying to get the books. Let's take them down one at a time. So I pulled out a few more books. Zillion and one. I didn't want to pull out too many because then I had to put them all back. This one, 1,001 gardening secrets. This is an old one I got a long time ago. At the time, it was $1.99. This thing got to be over 20 years old. About house plants, because I do have a lot of house plants. I wanted to learn about my pond that I used to have. So I got this huge book at the secondhand bookstore about designing and what kind of plants you could put it in, what have you. Then this one. Which one is this one? Yeah, a girlfriend gave me, and it's just got a picture of veggies on it. Okay. So these are just a few of the books that I have received as gifts, ones I own, regarding gardening, and that I could do my own personal research in some of these books. So, how do you do your research? Hey, Deborah Garrett, how are you? Nice to see you stopping in. Too late, I be running and turning. What G Mama say? Yeah, tell me about it. I like my own personal sound effects when I get up. You know what my granddaughter called me one day? She said, "Grandma, you sound like Rice Krispies. You snap, crackle, and pop." And I was like, I guess I do. I never thought about it like that. Yeah, yeah. I could just turn and twist and hear something in my neck pop or my shoulder, something, you know. Guys, can you still see me and hear me? Because the chat's doing the same thing again. It's like frozen. Hello. Oh, Growing with Hudson's in here. Where's permaculture? Where you been? I hadn't seen you in a while. Thank you so much for stopping by. Saying hello to everybody. Earthling Howard. Yeah. All right. If y'all can hear me, see me, can you put a one in the chat? Because it's doing it again. I don't know what's going on. There's no storms going on. Everybody saying hello to one another. Okay, there you go again. I started back up moving again. All right, because I wasn't seeing what you're saying. Oh, it says, oops. Crafty Leo, what's up, baby girl? I don't know. Won't start you. I won't jammy. Okay, well, I haven't seen Reader's Digest in years. Yeah, yeah, it's really old. Let me see when this was published. Sometimes they had a year published in here. The date. I don't see it in the front. And this is 900 pages. That's the killing part. Normally, well, let's see. After that first page. 1966. That's when this book. That's when this was registered and published. That's how old it is, 1966. And that information is still the same. It hasn't changed, which is so cool. Yeah. So, hey, Tigsy. Oh, that's one another thing. In my goals, I've always put in that I will pick a subscriber in the chat for winning a prize. And for the month of July, I'm a little late, it's Tigsy. Too late. I've been grunting. Oh, okay. Read that before. I'm catching up with my chat. Yeah, Food Forest. I have been missing you. So, Tigsy, you have been given a nice selection of assorted teas to wet your palate. So, they'll be coming out to you soon. And towards the end of the month of August, I will pick another subscriber. Okay, thank you, Hudson. That will be getting special gifts. Yeah. Thank you, y'all. I appreciate you guys. I do. Yeah, this internet acts crazy when it wants to. Yeah, so Tixie got it for the month of July. You'll be getting some goodies soon. Thanks for tapping that like button and showing Miss Shirley that you like. Just a little bit. It's greatly appreciated. So congratulations, sweetie. Happy Mac. If you're in the house and listening or in the bushes, give me your address because I got something sitting over here for you. Some of you guys, I got stuff sitting over here for you. Y'all don't send me addresses. I'm not going to just drop it or give it away. I'm going to send you something. If I tell you I'm going to send you something, I'm going to send it to you. But I need an address. Okay. Backyard garden. Flow. Hello, hello, hello. That's right, LGG. Tell them, hit that thumb up, please, please. You know how the analytics of this entity is about thumbs up and helping one another out. I try to make sure I hit thumbs up for everybody that I go to. Thank you, Tigsy. I appreciate it. Hands in the dirt. What's up, Stacy? How are you? Stacy, I was looking at them growing. I said, they're not like yours, though. But I was like, I'm going to have fresh collards and turnips. The deer and the raccoons and the groundhogs hasn't come up here to get something out of my garden this year. At least my effort of trying to grow something. Yeah, how are you? Been missing you. Glad to see you in a place. It's nice to know that our community really feels something about people that's normally in the chats or popping up, and then all of a sudden they suddenly disappear, and no one knows what happens to them. So we stressing to everyone, if you have someone in the chat that you can give a personal number to, not just yours, because they already have that, but like an emergency contact number. Like I've given someone my granddaughter and my sister's phone number that if I should disappear suddenly, I don't know what's happening to me, where I might not be able to get into the chats, that, that they can let people know what's going on. It's nice to know how sensitive and compassionate all these subscribers are when we don't see someone for a while. And it might not be nothing serious. It might be their work schedule change and they just aren't able to do that in between home and work. They just might not be able to. Because I know when I was working anywhere from 12 to 16-hour days. And the last thing I want to do is be typing on a computer, chatting to other folks. I want to sleep. I want to rest. And on my off days, I'm trying to do laundry, grocery shopping, cleaning my house, all that stuff. And that takes time. You can put your earbuds in and listen to somebody's channel. But as far as doing a lot of contact information, like some people we see in our chats, they say, I'm at work, They're on a break, they're on lunch, you know. So they try to tap in when they can, when they're available. Food Force says, I put up videos every day of fishing, foraging, and making soil, and etc. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, thank you, Tizzy. Yeah. So I'm just saying, that we are and seem to be a pretty tight knit community. So it would be nice that if you could find someone that you feel comfortable with, to give them an alternative phone number so that, when things happen, you might be in the hospital and can't respond. You know, Lord forbids that any of that might happen to you, but it's a possibility. So I'm just saying, if you can do so, do so. So, what I want from you guys is that, how do you find your information? Where do you go to find out what you need other than somebody's live? Food for I forage every day. I am on my way to pick pears and apples, maybe some plums to living large. Hey, and in charge. I ain't mad at you. That's what you do. Um, yeah. So it's just a suggestion, y'all. I'm not saying that you have to. I'm not trying to dip in your business. Don't want to know your business. I just want to know if you are personally all right when I don't see you for a while. Now, sometimes you might not come into certain chats and you might be late night, okay? Because that's when you're available and you're on somebody's late night chat. But at least we see you and we know that you're doing well. So, yeah. So, just a suggestion that if you don't mind, if you find somebody in the chat that you cool enough with, you know, um, Presbyterian is not here in the chats tonight. She recently had, not her, but her husband had a death in the family. So they're taking care of that this evening. So send out your prayers to Marcus. He lost a dear loved one, and let him you care. So when we see Presbyterian, let him know that we put out a prayer for her regarding the loss in the family. Did I say Jamaica? Yes, child. Jamaica, you so funny. Yes. I was like, ooh, she throwing that watermelon out for the chickens. I want to taste that. That little watermelon look good. Yes, indeed. Miss J.K. Gardner, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So my question today was, when you do your research, where do you do your research at? And we just take it for word from people on the chat. Thank you. I hope so. And or do you do your own research? Do you try that big building where they give you that little card where you can check out, CDs or videos, or get an expert that works there to show you or help you find a book about herbs or gardening or building a greenhouse? Yeah. So, yeah. So some people start their own little library and they pick up little stuff. Like some people go to places like Five Below into the book section and check it out. And sometimes your libraries will have a 50-cent sale or all the books you can get for $1, or secondhand store. You can go into their book section and they might have videos or CDs that you can watch or take and buy. Also, I've seen them at what they call the Goodwill or Salvation Army. They normally have a section of books and stuff that you can go in sometimes and find a nice book for a quarter. So I mean, there is so many ways that you could find information, or you might know someone who has a garden, and you go over and, how they say, chew the fat. Hey, natural yard, I've been missing you. And ask them questions. Like Batman was over there talking to this one gentleman. He was 85 years old, and his garden was fantastic. Also, Jelly, when I saw that okra he was growing over there, I was like, I planted 20 okra seeds and the animals have eaten every last one of them. And I didn't have them all in the same area. They ate it out of the green stock. They ate it out of my raised beds. They've eaten them out of my 5-gallon buckets. Everywhere I tried to camouflage and hide okra, they didn't eat. Yeah. Hands of dirt. So I talk to people, Google search, YouTube, Pinterest. That's what I'm saying. There is so many ways of doing research. Tixie said I use online resources, books, YouTube, friends, and family. Right, right. So I mean, Ollie's always had. Oh yeah, I thought about them. I thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I go to their book section as well, and they got nice pots in Ollie's too. I found some really big, nice pots for little to nothing in there, and Marks too, in the whole wholesale house. So yeah, like I said, it's so many ways that you can find research. Now, sometimes some people get overwhelmed, especially new gardeners, because they want to try it all and they want to make it fantastic the first time around. No, don't do that. Uh, God says I look online books and my dad. Some and that's some of that's there you go. Some of your older people, mature people who've been gardening a long time. That could I learned gardening from my grandmother. So so don't have me going to Ollie's. I'll be going there too. I'll be going in there to check out stuff. So yeah, it's a lot. Okay. The chat just jumped. Natural Yard said I have a plot in a community garden. We all learn from each other. Lots of knowledgeable. Yeah. Yep. Chat just jumped. Yep. So that's another thing. That's what I'm saying. It is so many ways to get legitimate information. But how many people actually take the time to do that research? Some people out here are just lazy. They just want you to tell them to do everything. And then once you do it and you fail, then they want to come back to you and blame you like, you told me so and so and so and so. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's on you because you didn't check it out. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Boo. How are you? Mark? Well, hey, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Tixie said we purchase a lot of books as a resource should the grid go down. I also have spiral notebooks. I log things in. I'm the same way. I got on. As a matter of fact, that's funny you should say that, Tixie, because I got another little notebook today because I've been filling out the other one, little notes that I jot down that helps me to remember stuff or go back and check stuff out. Like I said, I'm gonna show you one more time some of the books I have, and I got a whole back second bedroom with a huge book cabinet that goes from the ceiling to the floor, just full of books. And this is one of them, 1,001 Gardening Secrets. It's not ancient Chinese secret. And on the back it says, Gardening Secrets the experts never tell you. The first one is annoying ants. Achieve a weed-free lawn in 4 easy steps. This mysterious plant attracts beautiful butterflies to your garden and repel pests. And beside each one, it tells you what page to find this information on. Then it said, these pretty flowers smell pretty, bad to mosquitoes. Plant them near your patio for a pest-free zone. That's page 220. Getting rid of an unsightly tree stump without digging it up. Okay. Shade or sun. Find out what to plant where. Put the sting on wasps, bees, and yellow jackets with an easy homemade trap. Perfect poinsettias year after year. Don't toss them out and buy new ones next Christmas. Get detailed instructions for keeping holiday cheer alive and growing. Then it says for the juiciest tomatoes ever, add this to your water. The best looking lawn in the neighborhood, 7 Secret. Roses go 8 over bananas, which I learned about because they like the potassium. It says it's true. Just chop up the banana peel and watch your roses grow crazy. And then they got another one. A headache relief is just a leaf away if you grow this herb in your garden. So this book has some really good things in it about what you could do. Oh, so you do journal, Miss Shirley. Oh, see, stop. All right, I got busted. All right, G Mama. Hey, Crooked Peach. I'm sorry. Yeah, I got busted. Official Jamia. Hello, hello. Have house plants, and it has all the different kinds that we like as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got busted. So, yeah. So it's according to. Oh, do I see home? Okay, people saying Homesteader Rachel's in his house. Thank you if I missed you because I was so busy reading on that. I didn't look in the chat to see who all had popped in. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. So, yeah, so, we always want to elevate, all right, our brains. We all always want to learn something new. My mom says, if you don't learn something every day, it's because you're not paying attention. There's always something new to learn. And we only use a tenth of our brain. So, Natural Yard says, some people question me when doing research. I was in JA 2 weeks ago, and people surprised how much I learned about herbs. Yeah, yeah. They got a series going on right now on YouTube about this older black woman that's sitting in the rocking chair, and she's telling you about different herbs and salves and stuff that they make from different stuff. How that bananas wasn't just a banana, how you can rub it on rashes and it's used for the potassium. She just was going off on a list of stuff, and I've been saving every last one of them, and I want to get the actual book that was made with all this different advice in it. I remember when, and who was that? Bayou Sugar was doing this series on all the different kinds of herbs and stuff and what they represent and how they were used. And I grew up on all these different concoctions and herbs and stuff. Like my grandmother made sassafras tea, when we had certain coughs and colds and all this other stuff. And the Vicks and the Father John and the castor oil, how many beneficial benefits that castor oil has. And they're even been finding more because of the properties in unadulterated castor oil that hasn't been processed in any form or fashion. How they gotten into people with sea salt and the apple cider vinegar for losing weight, for stomach upsets, for acid reflux and stuff. I mean, the list can go on and on and on. There are so, well, see, when the earth was made to produce everything that mankind needed: food, clothing, and shelter. And it's up to us to not to destroy the woods that a lot of this stuff grows in for medicinal uses as well. Like they killing the rainforest, and a lot of stuff that was in the rainforest, the only place where these flowers grow, have been totally destroyed. It will not come back. Crooked Peach says thousands of natural remedies. They are amazing. A way better than store. Of course, store bought stuff has been tampered. Over the counter, that means they've been overdone. All the natural stuff that can really work has been processed out of it. That you have to take so much of it for it to build up in your system, along with the synthetic stuff that they add along to it. You don't know when it's working and how long it's going to take to work, because your body is fighting it, the synthetic part, while the natural stuff has been given to you in very small dosage. uh Quickly, I'm going to make sassafras tea, sure. Lots of sassafras trees here. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, baby, dry that up. Yeah, do that. Jamia said, watching ads. Thank you. I need the money. Natural yard oil is very much in demand in Jamaica now. I bring back castor oil every year now. Now, you know what I used to do in New York all the time? I always go, when I go to New York, I hit Brooklyn, and I hit, where else we go in New York? We hit Brooklyn, we hit another spot. And I would always go into the Jamaican area, and I would get chunks of cocoa butter, the real cocoa butter, not all that stuff that you can find on the shelf. I get chunks of the real cocoa butter and bring it back, and oils and stuff, different oils and stuff from the different shops that they have in the different areas, and bring it back. So yeah, uh, modern symptoms, natural medicines heal the cause. Exactly, because a lot of the modern medicines actually hides the symptoms. They don't necessarily cure them, but the natural medicine is something your body can assimilate and digest and go straight to the problem. You know, like they give you some pills that they said is coated and that it's easier to swallow, but it takes it a longer time to break down than the one that's in a gel form, which is more natural and will adhere to the heat naturally of your body and melt and release whatever medicine is inside the capsule. And people don't think about that stuff. They say, I coated, oh, this is easy for me to swallow. But it takes an extra 45 minutes before it kicks in. And some people think they need to take a double to feel better, which all they're doing is over medicate themselves. Crooked Peach says modern medicine treats the symptoms, natural medicine heals that cause. Yeah, yep. And if you see some of our other channel people that are getting to the herbs like Black Tropical, they have a list of stuff that they try. Like right now, they saved me with the pain away. I got it right here, and I rub it on my knee when it's hurting, and it helps a lot. You know, they got all kinds of natural herbs. You got Angel with her herbs and stuff. You got a lot of people that's in. You got my Renaissance grandma. You know, she got herbs, seasons, soaps, the whole 9 yards. We got so many intelligent people in our community that have gone to the way mankind should be living from the giddy up, and not all this man-made stuff. Yes, ma'am, hides the system while damaging still occurs. Yeah. Mike said, then you need more for it. Side effects. Oh, let me tell you, they gave me a prescription field. You know, when they give it to you, they give you the paperwork with it. So I always read that paperwork. I started reading the paperwork. Now I got this problem, but it's got this many side effects. I was like, I don't have any of these side effects. Don't want some of these side effects, because then I don't know if I got to take another pill to get rid of the side effects. But will it be in contrary to the medication I'm taking because they're going to clash? I'm like, this. I was like, I need a second opinion, or I'm just going to have to deal with whatever's going on because I can't do this. You know, when I read some of the side effects on there, I was like, no way, Jose. And it's not guaranteed that those side effects will go away once you stop taking that medication. You might have developed a whole new problem. And now you got to go see another doctor to give you another prescription to take care of that. But you're still dealing with the other one that hasn't been taken care of yet. And I'm like, I don't think so. I said, I will spend most of my life making doctor's appointments, telling me one thing, another one said, no, you can't take this. It's going to clash with that, but we're going to try a generic form to see how that works. Are you allergic to this? I don't know. I've never had it. Okay. Really? Yeah. So, yeah. And that's why it's called practicing medicine. Every human on this earth to go see a doctor, whether he's an expert in his field, is still practicing medicine, because it only takes one person for it not to work. And then it can be a domino effect. So just like they ask you, are you allergic to this, that, and the third? I don't know. I've never had it before. And then they look in your record, well, you got a list of allergies, and I don't see anything saying to what this is. But if I've never had it before, I don't know that. So they have you sit in the waiting room for an hour or two to see if you're going to have a reaction. Crazy. Yep, here we go around in circles. Yes, you do. And that's why we need to grow our own, can, freeze dry, dehydrate, whatever it takes for our own food and medicines. I like people that's doing their own tallow or making their own ghee or making their own salves for eczema, uh, for hair loss, shampoos that don't dry out your skin. It's so much stuff out here that we have lost over the years and that we're finally getting back to where we should have been eons ago. But in some cases, it's too late. And then in others, it's making a difference in their life. I was listening to someone today. They said they hadn't taken their high blood pressure medication in over 2 years because they've been religiously taking this other concoction that they had uh, and put it together. So I'm not saying that everybody, this is not medical advice. Don't say, well, Miss Shirley said if I do this. No, Miss Shirley didn't say that. You always check with your doctors first. And then you can try something else gradually. So that's up to you. Don't keep, let me let you say that right now. You should all use your large cabbage leaves any knee pain, inflammation. Wash and crush them and wrap for 2 hours or overnight with plastic wrap. I've seen that before, T, a long time ago. But I used that when I had a knee. I got an artificial knee now. It don't work on that. It might work on my other knee, but the one that I got the replacement in, it's not gonna work on that. Work to learn the old ways before we lose it. Yeah, yeah. I want to make my own cheese. Yeah, I've seen somebody making their own cheese. I've seen that with vinegar and milk and whatever. Yeah, ricotta. Yeah. So yeah, I tried to make all natural remedies using formulas from my family. Yeah, for the ones my grandma left me. Yeah, I've used them and they work. It's most often magnesium deficiency. Yeah. So yeah, there's a few things tried on my great granddaughter when she got sick. My granddaughter got upset, but then she found out it worked. I said, I used it on you and I used it on your daddy. It didn't kill your daddy and it didn't kill you. It ain't gonna kill Shorty. And the baby was fine, felt better, up and running around just like she hadn't been. So I said, don't be so quick to say, well, the doctor said this, the doctor said that. I was like, I've been doing this for a lifetime. I would never do anything to hurt that baby. She let me go. Baby was fine. Yeah, forever. Yeah, what whatever I make, I'll eat it forever. That's right. Yeah, cheese is easy to make. Yeah, it is. When we was growing up, we used to make homemade ice cream. My grandmother had that old fashioned churn, and we would crush the ice, and then she put rock salt in there, and then we had that crank. Boy, we had one arm looking like Popeye. My hell, Kita? Oh Lord, we got it. All right, y'all. We got a troll in the house. Mike, somebody get it. Somebody get troll. Hey, Bama, how are you? Thank you for stopping in this evening. Yeah, they tell you you're doing good when you get a troll in the house. They can never. I don't care if they never show up again. Yeah. Chef Tigsy. Old school ice cream. Yeah, and it was good too. It was you want in there. Peaches, apples, whatever, and crush it up in there. Oh yeah. And the same way with butter. We would churn butter. My grandmother had all them old tools that you you need. Yeah, where we all it was like three, four of us, and everybody had a turn where you had to either crank it or either you was doing one of these. And I guarantee you, but it was so good. And you never worried about what they call it, lactose intolerance. We ain't had no lactose intolerance when we was kids. We ate everything. We had cast iron stomachs. It wasn't nothing that we couldn't eat. Okay, it was good. You didn't worry about running into the bathroom every ice cream till it was coming out your ears. That was the good old days. And grandma had all the hot water bath can that she did with the fruits and veggies in the basement. Man, we had peaches that you could put over homemade bread with homemade churn. Everything was homemade. Everything was made from scratch. Yeah, that peach ice cream was the bomb. Yeah, I want to make ghee too. I have some, but I would like to try it. Mike said I told the wife I want to make ground cherry ice cream. Let me tell you, I've been tearing them ground cherries up. Every time I go over to the garden to do a little water and stuff, it's ground cherries all over the ground. And I seen a few that I missed. I say, yeah, now I see what they mean when they said once you plant ground cherries, you ain't got to never worry about planting them again. Yeah, get it off the screen, Miss Shirley. Oh, it's tedious, but not very difficult. Everything out here's got some degree of difficulty to it if you've never made it before. We watch a lot of folks making jellies and jams and getting the right size jars and the canner and that little thing to eat. No, yeah, you know. Now you can make it in a blender with just two or three ingredients. Ice cream free of preservative. Yeah, yeah, you can. You surely take comments down. What do you mean, Mike? I'm missing something. Yeah, I don't think I want ground cherries ice cream. That don't sound that tasty. I mean, they nice for a snack, but I don't know about ice cream. Everything we ate growing up was homemade. Candy too. Everything. Everything. I used to be the first one up in my grandma's house because I could smell that coffee that was so strong you could probably tar your driveway with it. But I guarantee you, it will put Starbucks to shame. You take a few sips of that homemade coffee, and that was the pot that you set on the silver pot, and it had the little glass percolator thing at the top, and you out there. And I see grandma pour the coffee in that little grinder with the long tube in it, and then I watch it pop up. And she during that she be making homemade biscuits and stuff, and you got your homemade butter, and she make apple butter too. Oh, she made apple butter along with the all the other stuff, and it was just all right. You got the trolls comments on screen. Oh, I didn't put it up there. Oh, all right. That's what y'all. Okay. Okay. I didn't understand what y'all meant. Thank y'all watching out for me. All right. I didn't understand what you meant. All right. Now I do. I wasn't even looking that way. I was so busy trying to read these comments. I didn't even see this over here. You know what? The ground cherries is okay. They spectacular to me. They sweet. They nice. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not into that. So I figure I got some pineapple ground cherry seeds that I'm gonna try next year and do that. Yeah, and see if they taste better then. Cause I got the Aunt Molly ground cherries and they all right, but they ain't all that. Yeah, I hear everybody say, "Ooh, they so got different taste buds." And ground cherries ain't all that me. They all right though. We made a lot of our snacks. We made coconut candy, so good. Yeah, my mom used to make the best German chocolate cake. Oh my God. And we would take real coconuts and crack them and drink the milk out of it. And then we would crack it over and we would grate that coconut in there. Oh, my grandmother had it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, Dolores, shoot, she my backup. Dolores helps me all the time. You had a troll comment. Okay. Yeah, I see now. I got it. I got it. I couldn't like I said, I wasn't looking over there. Mike, I don't want to see another ground cherry. Tigsy, did they take over with ground cherry? It was huge, but I'm growing mine in the 5 gallon. This is my first time ever growing it. So next year I'm gonna try it in the ground and see if it get as big as the one I saw. I forgot who had it, but it was huge. The one I have that's in the bucket, I'm constantly watering it every day because it will suck up a lot of water. Geez, I don't want that, Mike. I don't want to see another ground cherry. Oh yeah. My grandmother's homemade apple pie. Oh, my grandmother would be in there with that rolling pin, rolling it out. And then she let me take a knife, a sharp knife, and I would cut the strips. My grandmother did the old fashioned way. She would crisscross them all over the pie. And then she would take her fork and stick it in there like that. And then she pinched it all the way around the sides. Oh, and you can see it bubble a little bit over through the top. The cherry pie and the apple pie. My grandmother would make you smack somebody, and she would make a homemade, what's a blueberry cobbler with some vanilla ice, homemade ice cream. You be ready to fight. Ground variety, especially what's that? Polka berries, cold for a couple of days. All right, never heard of that one. Yeah, like I said, the ones I got, they ain't Monday, all right, but I want to try the pineapple. I don't want to see another. Tixie, is they that bad? Are they popping up in your yard that bad? Yeah. So I got the shower. I smell off, and you all have a wonderful night. Love you. All right, Peach, we understand. Yeah. Oh, so I agree with Shirley. Ground cherries are overrated, and I grew the pineapple variety in 2021. Yeah, they were in a pot. Ooh, okay. All right, I see people saying hi to Gina. So Gina, mother, daughter in here. Mike said, Peach, get the stank off. Dang, Mike. Can you say it any nicer? Woo! Oh, that's fun. Yes, indeed. Yeah, everybody's saying hi. So Gina, there she go. Hello, daughter. Mike, Hawaiian, is that puka? Am I saying it right? Puha berries taste like strawberries and pineapples. You'll like those. Okay. I've never heard of the Hawaiian puha puka berry. Heard of them. What family are they in? Are they in the ground cherries family? Those were the days, all that good homemade cooking and baking. Yeah, I've been making a lot of cakes lately. Unfortunately, um, I've lost a few to death, and right now I'm waiting on funeral arrangements for another dear friend. And I've been making a lot of cakes. And the killing part about it, when I take them to the repast, my cakes is the first thing to go. Everybody know the difference between homemade and store bought. Homemade time. Yeah, I learned how to bake, and I love it. I want to grow those. Wow. You want the ground cherries? Nikki's about ground cherries. She's like, like I said, I got different taste buds. I'm not saying they nasty. I'm just not. They ain't all that. Reported and blocked that person. Sorry, I'm putting up food. Okay. All right, Dolores. I'm logging off past my bedtime. Good night, all. Good night, Garden Hole. Thank you for stopping by. I'm glad to hear from you. Been missing you. You take care. Yeah. Just in the comments. Yeah, everybody. Good night to Garden Hole. Yeah, so yeah, ground cherries is overrated to me as far as Aunt Molly. She ain't all that. So like I said, I got some pineapple ones. So I'm gonna try the pineapple ones and see if they taste better. Like I said, they don't taste bad now. Don't get me wrong. It's just that they not all the hype I've heard from everybody who's saying, like broke be hollering about. They just, broke. They just doggone delicious. That's your taste buds. Also called Cape gooseberries are bigger than the ground cherries in berry size and plant size. They're cousins. Okay, I've heard of gooseberries. I like gooseberries. I've eaten gooseberries as a kid. Yeah, they're not bad. They're not bad at all. It's a Peruvian ground cherry. Okay. All right, different variety from a different country. Okay. All right. But yeah, they ain't all that. But I do like sitting eating them. I had some animal that was collecting them too. Quite a few last week empty. But the ones I got today, I got about 6 or 7 of them. I just sat in my chair and popped them in and ate them. And while I was in there, a few of them jumped. Hutch Homestead, good evening. Hello. What's up with you? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Right? People would sneak my mother's and grandmother's food and put it off to the side for themselves and serve all the other food to everyone else. Yeah, I had a whole cakewalk. I finally got my pan back, but I had a whole cakewalk out. I don't know who took it. They just gave me the pan back. Somebody brought it by the house. I was like, okay. I think it was a red velvet, and I used buttercream icing on it. I made a 2 layer, and in the middle, let me check that. Check. I made a lemon frosting in the middle of a red velvet cake and used buttercream on the outside. You talking about flavors that seemed crazy, but they were so good together. I had one guy, he was cussing. He was like, I ain't never had nothing like this. Who made this? This is off the chain. He scared me. I thought something was wrong with the cake. But it was good though. They ate the crumbs. I mean, there was no crumbs left. They just washed it and handed it back. Gee, mama, my puka seeds never showed up. Seeds are fine like dust. Oh, okay. I got some carrot seeds over there. They were so tiny. I was trying to say, is there any carrot seeds on here? Yeah, I want to try some carrots. Yeah, Hutch, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate that. Nikki, I can send you more if you like. That's awful. Oh, okay. Is that Niagara? Ground cherry? Well, yeah, I'm coming up with all these names on these ground cherries. See, I guess that I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Let me take that back. My bad. That's y'all's research. Y'all did y'all research. I wasn't that big in the ground cherry. I just heard people talking about ground cherries and talking about the plant. I bought it, and it ain't all that. Just saying. Everybody got different tastes. Why am I now seeing all these? Yeah. Yeah, because like I said, the only I just heard of Aunt Molly's. I didn't know it was pineapple until I started going through my seeds. And I think I might have got them last year at the Soil Family Expo when Bobby and Sherry had all those seeds on the table. And I grabbed them and didn't even know I had them until I started going through the seeds. So now y'all throwing out 1,000,001 different names of all these seeds. So this is interesting. Nikki said they mix with the ground cherries. All right, G Mama. Okay. So yeah, so we got that's why we have so many varieties. It's just like all the different varieties of peppers and tomatoes that we have. Right. Yeah, oh, Viagra. Okay. All right. I'm not even gonna mess with that comment, Nikki, tonight. I'm gonna leave that alone. Anyway, it's so many varieties and so many things out here. And when you do your research, you find out it might be 1,000 of that same variety. I got seeds that a girlfriend brought back for me. She's from Brazil, and she went home to visit, and she brought back seeds and gave them to me. Now on the package, I could tell that it's peppers and tomatoes. She's trying to tell me, since I can't read Spanish, she's trying to tell me what it is. I said, but I can tell from the picture what it is. And she's like, okay. Yeah, LOL, you're not both OCDs. Stop. Why not? Oh, might behave. Just because David ain't here, don't mean you take his place tonight. Oh, yeah, so yeah, it's 1,001 different varieties of everything: apples, tomatoes, cherries, pears, you name it. It's a lot more than a handful of varieties. And sometimes when you do your research, you might run up on some of this stuff. And it's just amazing how we all think tomatoes look one certain way until we see them in an international market or in a particular ethnic market. Like if you go to your Asian store, or if you go to maybe a German store, they have their own national vegetables in their store that don't look like anything that we're used to. And you try them. Like um, I got me some paste tomatoes the other day, and I made them with some eggs. Oh, you talking about good? Oh, I can't always come into lives or stay long, but I wanted to hop in. I have to go, Miss Shirley. Good chatting with you, Precious. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Mama. I appreciate you stopping in and taking the time. I do. I really do. Thank you again. You have a good evening. Yep, I have to do a deep dive to make sure the plants are container friendly or under 30 inches. And not only that, sometimes some of these plants are poisonous unless you cook them. You can't eat them raw. And I found that out over certain plants. And I was like, okay, I did not know that. Pretty girl gardens. Thank you for stopping in, sweetheart. I do, I do, I do. Yeah, it's many variety. There's nothing out here that's one variety. Nothing. Everything out here got cousins and relatives, whether it's in this country or whether it's in Europe or whether it's in the UK or the Mediterranean or whatever. Like we get Italian parsley here and Italian basil. All right, but we in the USA. So we're getting different varieties of herbs and vegetables from other countries that we have gone to like. Some people like the purple kale better than the regular kale, or the curly mustards better than the flat leaf mustards. It's so many different varieties of everything out here. And you can't say that you don't like it if you never tried it. People might introduce you to, they say, girl, let me tell you, if you saute this with a little garlic and a little, butter and what have you, onions and cook it down, it tastes just like spinach, or it tastes like this. And you use it as a side dish and find out this was fantastic. I will be growing this in my garden for the rest of my life. So you get introduced to other veggies and stuff from other people. This is part of research, okay, that someone else has done already, and you are willing to try it to see if it works for you. Like some people like dinosaur kale better than what's that? Lacinato kale, or the purple kale, or this color kale, or whatever. It's your own preference. But that's where research come in. Taste buds. Check it out. I don't like certain lettuces. Romaine lettuce I like. What's that lettuce I don't like? I can't think of the name of it. But for the most part, I like salads. G Mama says, I have some beans right now. I didn't know I couldn't eat raw. A first time growing pole beans. See? Yeah. But you learn. And that's research that you will know from now on. Gina says, that's been my experience with many things I grow. Yeah. If you never had them before and you try them, based on what you hear other people say, their opinions about it, or the way they cook it, they say, well, if you don't like it raw, try it, this way, saute with that, or add it in your soups, or do this, that, and the third, and something like that. Like a lot of people don't like cilantro. They said it tastes like soap. I love cilantro because I like Mexican food and they use a lot of their food. uh Gina eats so many things now just because I tried it. Yeah, you get introduced to stuff, like when I was a kid, my mom loved cottage cheese and was it peaches and cottage cheese with blueberries and stuff. I couldn't stand cottage cheese. I thought it was just soured milk. It was just nasty. But that was a child. As I got older, I acquired a taste for cottage cheese, and now I love it. I can eat it without fruit or whatever. Hey, Cassandra, stopping in. Appreciate you. So my taste buds mature. I didn't like yogurt as a child. I love yogurt now. So as your taste buds mature, so does your curiosity to try other things that you didn't like before and you like now. I was sprouts as a child because my mom would cook them till they was mushy. Now I love Brussels sprouts. I like to bake them. I like to wrap bacon around them and saute them. I mean, it's a million one ways I can eat Brussels sprout, and I love every way they come. Okay, chat just jump. Nikki said cheese with fruit too, like you. I couldn't stand it. Yeah, but I like it now. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's the same way. Homemade. Yeah. So it's a lot of things. I mean, people learn how to make what's that? Kombucha, which only time you ever saw kombucha was in the store, or I didn't even know what kombucha was. So yeah. G Mom says it's eight cottage cheese with fruit and savory. Yeah, yeah. Nikki said like cottage cheese or yogurt, too sour tasting. I do love sour cream though. Okay. Now if you tried that fruit that makes everything that's sour taste sweet, I wonder how that would go. Hey Joshua Gabriel, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. Yeah, Tixie. I do this in different. Yeah, we all do. And try it out and see how it goes. Ms. J. True. You also have to make sure you don't take one source's results. Yeah, yeah. Get a second or third confirmation. Mm-hmm. Made because you know exactly what's in it. You know, if you want to add a pinch of homemade or um, real what is it lemon extract, not the imitation kind, to add your coffee or ice cream or to a cake or pudding or something of that sort. My mom used to make homemade chocolate pudding as a dessert for us. Oh my goodness. Oh, it was so good. Yeah. Miracle berry. Thank you, Mike. See, Mike knew what I was talking about. That miracle berry, they say you bite the sour, tastes sweet. And we've seen quite a few people try it, eating it, and then eating lemons like they were candy. They tasted sweet. Who was I seeing? Led was doing that, the miracle berries. Yeah, so it's this is what I'm saying now. This is research. All right. He wasn't sure if it worked. So he tried a miracle berry and then he ate a lemon and ate it like it was candy. He said it was not sour at all. It was sweet like candy. So it altered the taste buds in regards to that. And that's just amazing how that is. What's your favorite pudding and cake with? My favorite cake is German chocolate cake, and I love chocolate pudding. Oh my. That's how I learned to eat cottage cheese from mixing it with mixed fruits. Yeah, it takes some of the tartness out, so to speak, of the cottage cheese with the mixed fruits. Yeah, and I love. Oh man, I really love it with peaches. It's just something about peaches. I've tried it with other fruit, but it's something about the sweetness in peaches that really just sets it off. Nikki, if you make your own, it's not that sour tasting because you can control the vinegar and add sweeteners to it. Okay. You said good to know. So she might try it. You know, Nikki, she's adventurous. You know, even though she like them young and tender, she like them sweet too. So she might try it. Hey, Kenneth Wilkinson, thank you for stopping in this evening. I appreciate you. Everybody saying hi to Kenneth. So yeah, you never know what store bought might have done to your taste buds and what The real deal tastes like to your taste buds entirely two different things. Like I made a steak and I went out and I broke off my own swig of rosemary off a bush. But by the way, doing so well. And I used some of that Irish cream butter. Oh my goodness. That steak was so sweet and tasty and tender, make you want to smack somebody. Joshua said, my favorite cake with icing is vanilla cake with vanilla frosting, and vanilla pudding is my favorite chocolate. Chocolate is nasty. All right, different strokes for different folks. I cannot stand chocolate. It's disgusting. It causes tooth healing. All right. So tell us how bad you really hate chocolate, Joshua. Wow. Oh, all right. Yeah, or he's saying hello to everybody. So everybody has their preference, all right? I got a friend who likes when I make him a pineapple upside down cake because I use, fresh pineapple. If I cut it up and maraschino cherries and what have you, and I lay that cake out. It's really good. Made is the best. That butter is so good. Yes, yeah. Oh, see, I know what I'm talking about. I like the real deal, the real McCoy. Yeah, yeah, it's yeah. Yeah, so there's certain things cook I will not repeat, will not compromise when I'm doing certain recipes and cooking certain things because there is a specific taste that I'm trying to acquire so that whatever I fix will taste good to everybody. Not just because that's my preference, it has the overall taste everyone will enjoy. Yeah, natural yard said, I cannot resist cheesecake. Hurts my gut, but I deal with girl, let me tell you. Every time I come to New York, I got to have my cheesecake. Oh my goodness. Cheesecake and corned beef sandwich. Oh my goodness. Yes. German chocolate cake with butter pecan ice. I've done that too. Yeah, that sweetness with the yeah, I've done that too. Yeah. Joshua, he's not a fan of chocolate. I don't get it. And look, Kim said, I love anything chocolate. Ooh, stop it. Don't pause. Okay. I like coconut cake and strawberry short. Oh, strawberry shortcake is my middle name. I couldn't go to an ice cream parlor without getting me some. Oh, and banana splits. Oh, I ate two banana splits. That man couldn't believe it. I had two big banana splits with the strawberry and chocolate and vanilla ice cream. I had the whipped cream. I had nuts on it, cherry. I ate two. It was so good. I ate a second one. He said, I've never seen anybody eat two banana splits. That's how much I liked his. I say, that's my hat off to you that you made them that good for everybody. Yeah, so yeah, it's just certain foods. But all this is actually research. If you never had certain things, and then once you get a taste of it, and you say, well, people say, have you ever had sprinkles on it? No, I don't like sprinkles. Have you ever tried sprinkles on this? And you say, no, I don't like sprinkles. And then they might say, hold your hand out. Might be a different kind of people who made these sprinkles. They sprinkle and then you say, I like these. I'll try a few. Instant research. Junior's cheesecake. Yeah, buddy. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. I made it wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad either. So I said, let me get me one of those spring pans. The second time I made it, oh my goodness, I almost ate myself into a coma with that cheese. It was so rich, it was so good, yeah, but it was so rich and so good. I really enjoyed that cheesecake. Have you ever had a taste for something you get in your kitchen and you just start cooking? Next thing you know, you got pots and pans stacked this high, but you cooked everything that you had a taste for. Your husband loves banana splits. He got one when we were recently on vacation. Yeah. Yeah. I love them too. Um, One day I just had a taste for one of those old fashioned meals like my grandmother used to make when we was kids. I wanted a pot roast that had everything. The onions, the carrots, the potatoes, the celery, and the savory sauce that was in. I wanted mac and cheese. I wanted greens. I wanted cabbage. What else did I fix? I wanted rice. I wanted cornbread, some hot water cornbread with buttermilk. And I'm just like, I just had a taste for all of that. And I wanted some sweet potatoes. And I had my kitchen humming. Oh my goodness. I ate good for about 2 or 3 days. And after that, I didn't want it anymore, but so good. Oh, put some music on. I got in there and I got the chopping veggies, turned the stove on, got my burners going. Oh man, it was a symphony and a art of motion of just everything coming together. Boiling the water for my macaroni, slicing up my cheese and getting the cream together. And, it was nice. It was a mess. It was worth every soapy dishwater and bleach and cleaning up that kitchen because it was good. I was laughing. I was thinking, what made me think about it was GT, because GT said he had a cousin that was coming to visit him that cooks her food he likes to eat, and that's what made me think about what I just said. Was like he was waiting on her to come so that she could cook everything he been missing. Yeah, Mike, it was. Oh, the guy upstairs on the door. He said, "You got company today?" I said, "No, I just felt like cooking." I said, "I'll let you know when food's ready." Yeah, I banged on the ceiling, let him know. He came on down. He had his plate, and he's standing there. I told him, bring me your plate. And then I just started putting stuff on there and found out two things. He don't like string beans and he don't like mac and cheese. Like, you don't like mac and cheese? I was like, oh, okay, just more for me. Buttermilk and cornbread was my favorite when I was younger. Let me tell you, my grandmother used to make the best homemade cornbread, and she would give me a glass of buttermilk, and it'd be tart. Oh my goodness, coat my tongue with that. What, Mike? You hear your girl? Me too. I like it now. I still like it now. I love a baked sweet potato with butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon. Nikki, you ought to drop. Also add a few drops of orange juice. The acidic acid in the orange, brown sugar, and cinnamon. Set it off and give it a version of it. Try it. You might like it. Oh, me too. I like it now. Yeah, I like it. I like it all. Every now and then I'll get in that kitchen and just burn the kitchen down. Yeah. Annie, they talking to you. Mike said hello. Yeah, cutting into her playtime. But she just gonna have to wait. We hello. How are you? What do you want? You can go on the porch until I finish. Ooh, she shook her head. She said, no, okay. We're going away then. Bye. I have a cat with a attitude. Yeah, she thinks she runs this house. Put in fresh litter in the boxes and give her treats. Um, GT, I wanted to ask you. I know you were talking, you were showing us the cabbage. Did is what made that cabbage so big? When I saw that cabbage, I thought it was something you bought, but it was something you grew. How did you get your cabbage to grow that large? That was bananas. Was it something in your soil or fertilizer? Nikki said hi too. Here, here. Here's your child. You see her? Say hello to the people. Since you're gonna bug me, say hello. Oh, now she'll go somewhere and leave me alone because she ain't got mad. I had candy, sweet potatoes for my Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, yeah. Try it with your baked potato, your baked sweet. And he knows who runs it. That Cassandra. Ah, we get tons of oh, the daylight difference. I didn't think that made that much of a difference though. Yeah, long days. Yeah. Hi, kid. How are you doing today? Don't, Josh, don't talk to her. She'll be sitting here all night. See, you don't have to deal with her once I get off this live. I'll be stretched out and she'll jump up on my chest and lay down and just start purring. Oh, it's so soothing though, but she'll just start me, hug me, mommy rub me. And I have to pat her and scratch her behind her ear. And she just you are chocolate cheesecake is your favorite than plain. I like plain and I also like strawberries on it. Oh man, strawberries on my cheesecake. Well, I like blueberry too, but strawberries is my favorite. I like chocolate. I've had chocolate. It was almost like a mousse. It was so good. He was my friend too, the chocolate mousse cheesecake, and he loved it. He's a chocolate lover too. And the cabbage seed variety. Okay, that makes sense. So what was that cabbage seed variety? Because I thought that was only in other countries where they really just supervise the soil or something to get a cabbage that big. Because that was ridiculous. And I love cabbage. Oh man, I'd be eating cabbage for 2 weeks on something that big. Mike, I like it plain too. I just like cheesecake. Cheesecake, I love it. I just like the smoothness, the texture, and some are real rich, like the ones in New York. It's so rich. Now, I tried the cheesecake in New York compared to cake in Philly, New York ham. I love both. Vanilla cheesecake is the best. It's New York cheesecake. Really? You like vanilla everything. You don't like nothing chocolate. LGG said, I say close. Put your tongue out, trust me. And let it melt. Okay. I hear you. I have I have tried to like cheesecake, but not a fan. Really? What is it? Is it the texture, the flavor, or what? Yeah, close your eyes and tell me what you taste. I know that's right. Well, anytime you close your eyes or blindfolded and someone says, trust me, and I'm gonna leave that alone. Pause. GT said it's a hybrid grown here in Alaska. I can send you some of the seeds. I please do. I'll love to try it. I'm actually growing a cabbage in a pot. It's no bigger than this, the whole plant, but it's so cute. And the inside is hard, like it's trying to form a little cabbage in it. First time ever in a pot. I've grown cabbage before, but that's the first time in a pot up here on the balcony. Be right my back, my squirrels are acting up. Oh, GTI asked for you anyway. I was gonna send you some lemon balm. I'm digging it up. I'm finding it everywhere. I was gonna wrap up a plant. I don't know how long it'll take to get to you, but I can see. Okay, Cassandra, it's the texture. Okay. I didn't always like cheesecake until I had a Snickers bar cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory. Ah, okay. Research. Let's smell herbs, smell sensory. More than one way to experience art. Yeah, I used to do that all the time. Yeah. It's amazing that we have all these different senses and how often we neglect them. Just like LGG said, I have done a taste test with some friends where I blindfolded them and same thing, hold out your tongue, and I would juice of a lemon, juice of an orange, juice of a lime, and you had to tell me the difference of what is what. It's just crazy stuff we was doing that day. And just like certain liquors, Tanqueray, and a few others. So yeah, Grey Goose and all the rest of them. Love that for you. Yeah. Lemon balm grows like a weed. Yeah, it does. And it's reseeded everywhere. I grew it in the backyard in a raised bed. It dried and the seed chance to deadhead seeds when I got neighbors on the next street on the bomb and don't know what it is. Yeah. Cause I say I love Snickers, but not the cheesecake. She said she really don't like cheese. I don't care what form of fashion it comes in. LGG says my grandboys love mac and cheese from scratch. Yeah. My play granddaughter used to live downstairs, and when I cooked mac and cheese, she would come upstairs because I never locked the back door. She'd come up in and out. She came upstairs. She said, "Ma, I could smell it all the way downstairs." She'll come in and she'll come in. She said, "Did you get enough?" And I put chips on my plate, and they would take between her, they would take the whole pan of mac and cheese downstairs, and I didn't see that pan again until it was empty. Because I put about 3 to 4 different kinds of cheeses in there. Yeah, the cream cheese, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. I love payday peanuts and caramel bars are my favorite sweet treat. Okay. I you know what? I like paydays and I don't like paydays because sometimes that caramel gets teeth and I'll be sucking forever trying to get that caramel out. So yeah. I would actually pre-warm it in the microwave or before microwaves came out, I would put it on a double pot boiler to soften the caramel so it wouldn't stick so much, and I would eat it before it get cold and harden back up again. Oh, Kenneth saying hi to Bama. Yeah. So it's just some of the things. So for a lot of you guys in the chat, I know you do research because you tell us that you have done the research. And you also express that when you're talking about certain subjects, do your research. Don't always depend on other folks' answers to help you determine whether or not this is what you want to do and how you want to do it. Like it's just like in pots. Like everybody doesn't have the area or ground to grow gardens. Some people live in apartments, don't have balconies or a porch that they could put pots out on. Some people live in condos who might have a square this big in the backyard where you can put a small Briscoe table with chairs and that's it. You know, if you can't get a community garden spot, it's really hard to grow unless you're growing inside and you get into the hydroponics. She is big, Michelle. She's getting good treatment. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Steve Wilkos show was not my favorite. Well, as Jerry Springer's Rooms TV show back in the day. Have you watched it? No, but we're not talking about that, Joshua. So please change the subject. I love paydays, especially the chocolate ones. Yeah, that's good too. So yeah, we're talking about how that you can do your research in your garden, whether you're growing food, whether you're growing flowers, whether you're growing anything that might help you out. Because you know, flowers are edible, certain ones, and they have a lot of medicinal properties as well. So it depends on how you want to grow, what you're looking for to get out of your garden makes a difference. Yeah. All right, Joshua, if you don't change the subject, I'm going to block you, sweetie. I'm giving you a heads up. We're talking about gardening. We're not talking about any sideshows or anything else. We're strictly talking about gardening and doing research, okay? It's my last warning. Mods, okay. So, for the ones who like to grow for Okay, Cassandra said, I like doing research. I can't wait to retire so that I can do more on gardening and herbs. Right. And that's what a lot of people are doing. A lot of people are working, so they only have X amount of time to do X amount of jobs. But it's like anything else. If you truly want to learn about it, you will find a way to research it. Whether you want to go on a trip for vacation, you might want to stop by a botanical garden or check out the scenery. Okay, you're going to do the research first on where to go and where to find certain things. If they have what they call a farmer's market, you might want to go there and check it out. You might even buy some stuff to take back to either your timeshare or hotel or wherever you stay and eat fresh, whether it's fruits or veggies that you can eat raw, or if you have a kitchenette in your room where you can cook your own food, or whether you're in an Airbnb, you're doing the research when you go to that particular state or country to enjoy yourself. Every state has their own different cuisine, and it's not like back at home. And you want to go and check it out. It's like checking out restaurants. You're going to check out a steakhouse if you want a steak. You might want to go to an Italian restaurant because you want to try their pasta or spaghetti or whatever. You're doing your research when you're going out to check out these things. Well, it's going to be the same thing in your garden. If it's certain things that you want to grow in your yard, you're not sure on how to prep the soil and other stuff, you will do the research. Whether you're listening to somebody on YouTube or you read a book or you go on the internet in some form of fashion, or a neighbor who might have a garden, you might ask them, what do you put in your garden to grow this? And they might say, well, I have compost. Well, I don't have compost. Well, you can go to the blue box store or the orange box store, and they have bags of compost that you can buy and mix with your soil to help build it up, or a slow release fertilizer. And if you're doing it in pots, if you can't plant it in the ground. So it's many ways to do the research and get what you want to do, you know. Josh said, I had tomatoes and peppers at home. Thank you. Okay. Cassandra says, I just bought 3 natural remedy books to add to my plants and gardening collection. And that's cool. And that's good though. When you got some downtime and you really just want to relax, and you just grab one of those books, and next thing you know, you didn't got really deep into the information that's in the books because it's so fascinating, and it's just stuff that you just didn't know. And it could be something that you're actually growing in your own garden that you didn't know that had either that kind of medicinal properties, or that it could help with certain ailments. Excuse me, whether it's a cough, a cold, a hives, or something of the nature, thinning hair, or whatever. It has all these properties that you did not know anything about. Jeez, J3GS Fonz, honey slanger. Thank you for stopping in this evening. I appreciate you. And y'all can get some real honey from Jigs too. And it's so good. Yes, let's see how sharp your senses are. Yeah, when you do the blindfold thing, yeah, yeah, that's okay. But you understand what I was talking about, baby. I do. Thank you. Not a problem. Still love you, Josh. So yeah, so it's so many things that you can do and reach out, whether it's a friend or relatives, because we got a a lot of relatives that's into farming. They might not be in it now, but a time back, they might have been into that, and they can give you some tips. Some of these old timers, though, y'all need to listen to them. They not only can tell you about family history, the family tree, but they can give you tips on growing or what they use. Some of them, a lot of them use that cow patties and horse manure and stuff. It was hot, but they knew how to mix it and let it sit and wait and used it in the crops as their own personal fertilizer. They didn't have money to keep going to the feed store and buying them high priced fertilizers and stuff. They made their own. And that's where composting came in. They take the hay from the stalls and stuff from the cows and the horses and the pigs and the chickens, and they mixed all that stuff up and turned it back into the ground and grew the most healthiest, pest resistant vegetables you ever want to have. Because healthy plants will fight certain pests to a certain degree. The only way that they had problems with pests if it became a huge infestation that came in from out of nowhere. Yeah. Um, y'all get to Ollie's. They have the best books and they will have them at a reasonable price. A book sale be coming up for back to school. Oh, that's good to know, Tixie. I can hit that this weekend. Gigi said, when I was a cheese eater, Lord have mercy, top quality dishes. Now the doctor stopped me from eating everything. He said clogging up plumbing and everything else, huh? Oh, pretty girl gone. Good night, pretty girl. Thank you for stopping in. Oh, Natasha in the middle. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm going to be getting off here in a few more minutes. My ankles and feet are swollen tonight, and I don't know why. I wasn't on my feet that much, but I got to put my legs up, put them, and ice them down so that I can get through another day tomorrow. So I do appreciate all you guys coming in tonight. Um, I hope you understand the point I'm trying to make in regards to when we in a lot of these other lives and they have certain subjects and y'all start asking a gazillion questions. The first thing they're going to tell you is do your research. Don't depend on everybody's word. It's just like when you take your car in for a repair. You don't always take the first estimate. Sometimes you get two or three estimates before you can become satisfied with what it's going to cost you to get your car fixed. Well, same way with this. You have a good night too, Joshua. I love you too, babe. That um you're going to get more than one opinion. All right. So you take two or three and see which one makes sense and see pretty much sometimes they're all saying the same thing. So, but it doesn't hurt to take it even a little further to fit the circumstances that you're in. Because, like I said, not everybody have their own house. Not everybody has a yard to grow in. Some people live in condos, apartments, high rises, whatever you want to call them, and they don't have the pleasure and the place to really grow. So then that's up to you to do the research how to grow in a 12 by 5 or 4 by 4 or whatever in regards to your garden. Miss Shirley, I was referring to the kitty getting good treatment. Nah, she getting past good treatment. She's so spoiled, she get on my nerves. Yeah, go to sleep, get you some rest. And that's right. Like you say, Bam, research, research, research. You can find information anywhere. Your next door neighbor, a relative, an old friend, someone that gardens in the neighborhood, library, the internet. You can find some from school kids that's being taught agriculture in the schools. You'd be surprised how much these kids know about that. Yep. As I said, I'm thankful for my yard. I am too. I'm thankful that I was able to get a quarter of an acre lot where I can grow stuff in. I just have to get it closed in so I don't have to fight the critters. Everybody, I want to say good night. Thank you for stopping in as usual. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that like button on the way out. Show me that you like me just a little bit. Come back next Thursday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. As I always say, enjoy your day. Y'all come back now.